So macro trends in general, brands are getting hungrier and hungrier to work with startups. Corporate innovation is really rising, and we're seeing a lot of companies across a number of different industries start to really lean into this space. First and foremost, we're seeing it in CPG and adult beverage. I'm not sure if you use the term CPG in the UK, but consumer packaged goods, companies like Unilever. And we're also starting to see some highly regulated industries start to come in as well, such as financial services or healthcare. Specific types of trends within technology. We hear a lot about Internet of Things and connected everything, connected kitchen, connected car, connected living room. Definitely wearables are a big trend, but whereas last year and the few years before, it was often about the wearable device itself, now it's becoming more about the context of that. What does this actually mean? What is the data? How does that data inform my business about what my consumer is doing, and how do I make that actionable? And then the third trend I would say is definitely big data itself. Not just data for data's sake, but really finding insights and context that are actionable for my business today, and then for the future beyond. So we're seeing a lot of big brands start to bring incubators in-house. Some of them are actually developing accelerators. We've found that there's a bespoke approach for each company that really makes sense, and I think the first step is to really take a deep analysis from the top down of the business and understand what is going to drive value for us. Bringing incubators in-house really makes sense for a lot of companies, especially global, multifaceted companies, because it allows them to nurture a relationship with a company, with a startup that might not be fully mature, try it out in certain areas of their business, and if it works, be able to scale that across their business in a bigger way into new markets or new sub-brands or product areas, and that creates a lot of efficiency and value by being able to not have to go find a new relationship every time you need to solve that problem around your business. You've already started to nurture companies within. So we're starting to see a lot of big brands bring startup incubators in-house. Some of them are creating accelerators. Really, companies need to look at their own organizations and decide what is our bespoke approach that will drive the most value for us. But incubator programs often make a lot of sense for big brands because it allows them to nurture relationships with earlier stage companies or rising stars in the technology ecosystem that align with even a piece of their business, test it out, and when it works, they already have that relationship that they can start to scale across other markets or other areas of their business. There are a lot of challenges when big brands and corporations in general try to work with startups and emerging technology companies. You're talking about an often large, distributed, slow-moving corporation that has a lot of checks and balances, and that creates a lot of barriers to startups when they're trying to come in. A startup might not necessarily be comfortable signing a typical 150-page master services agreement or agreeing to a 90 or 120-day payment period when they have cash flow issues to stay alive for the next 3 months. And so it's really important for big brands to think about their operational structure, their decision making. What is that legal process? What does that payment process look like in order to set themselves up for a streamlined and respectful relationship with startups that is realistic about the way that those small businesses work, so that it can really create a win-win situation.